Best anime to watch on Netflix. Netflix's continued investment in anime has yielded fruit over the past couple of years, amassing a selection of some of not only the most popular and iconic anime series in recent memory, but a host of impressive original anime titles that have secured the platform's position as the go-to streaming service for the medium. With over 100 titles to choose from across a smorgasbord of subgenres ranging from sci-fi, fantasy, slice-of-life comedy, mecha, action, and more, the right anime for the right mood has never been more available and simultaneously harder to find. Don't sweat it, we've got you covered. Poring over Netflix's rich catalog of anime titles, we've assembled a list of 7 of the best anime to stream on Netflix right now. From classic series like Cowboy, Bebop, and Neon Genesis Evangelion, Netflix originals like Devilman, Crybaby, and Rilakkuma and Kaoru, here are the very best anime series the platform has to offer. Below, the paced writers have cataloged anime series on Netflix, starting with our favorite, that are sure to hold the attention of both experienced weeaboos and anime first-timers alike. If it gets too weird, the safe word is Yamero. Number 1. Egretsuko. Based on mascot company Sanrio's original character, Netflix's original animated comedy, Egretsuko follows Retsuko, a 25-year-old anthropomorphic red panda working in the accounting department of a Japanese trading company. Frustrated with her thankless job, domineering boss, and miserly love life, Retsuko vents her millennial rage in the only way she knows how, through dental metal karaoke. Eventually, Retsuko's misery and the knowledge of her after-work activity catch up with her professional life, forcing the young red panda to experience a series of meaningful revelations and changes while struggling to figure out what exactly she wants out of life and who she wants to build that life with. Eccentric, funny, and deeply relatable, Egretsuko is anime's answer to BoJack Horseman. With over 3 seasons of 15-minute episodes and the 4th set to premiere in December, now is the perfect time to catch up and see what all the hubbub is about Egretsuko if you haven't already. Number 2. BStars. BStars was the best anime to come out of 2019. This may be a controversial take, given last year was marked by sumptuous animation no matter where you looked, from the fluid, ballet-like flights of Demon Slayer and Mob Psycho 100 to the high-stakes tension of The Promised Neverland and Vinland Saga. It was perhaps my favorite recent year for anime. Yet somehow, despite offerings from Kunihiko Ikuhara and Shinichiro Watanabe, 2 of my favorite directors, some of their finest work respectively too, the oddly evocative melodrama of a wolf, rabbit, and deer captured me the most. If there's one binding force within the world of BStars, it's the imbalanced forms of power between carnivores and herbivores. The story opens with the grisly murder of an alpaca student named Tem. Whether there was a palpable schism before this event between students or not is questionable, but it certainly sets every species off into paranoia. Legoshi, a wolf, is a member of the drama club which has become known for its collaborative and positive body of members ranging from tiny squirrels to hulking tigers. The drama club is the perfect staging for much of the show's themes. Not only do we see the struggles of herbivores, eternally underestimated and living in constant fear of devourment, but we see the prejudices and stereotypes used against carnivores who, for the most part, are incredibly docile and peaceful. But before we continue with the best anime to watch on Netflix, subscribe to our channel Curious Atmosphere so that you don't miss out on any future updates. Number 3. Carol and Tuesday. Directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, Cowboy Bebop, and produced by Anime Studio Bones, My Hero Academia. Carol and Tuesday is a spirited drama that hones in on one of the most persistent passion topics of Watanabe's career: music. Set on a terraformed Mars in the far distant future, the anime follows the story of Tuesday Simmons and Carol Stanley, 2 teenage girls from starkly different backgrounds who bond over their shared dream of becoming musicians. Teaming up as a singer-songwriter duo, the pair navigate the thorny challenges and euphoric highs of their nascent musical career as they grow and bring out the best in both each other and those around them. featuring the return of Cowboy Bebop, screenwriter Keiko Nobumoto, and original music and vocal performances courtesy of Thundercat, Flying Lotus, Denzel Curry, and more. Carol and Tuesday is a bubbly and beautiful musical anime bursting with heart where it matters most. Number 4. Hunter x Hunter. There are countless shonens, and American TV shows even, that focus on a group of young characters using supernatural abilities and deductive reasoning to solve. Hunter x Hunter is a rare find among this homogeneous archetype because of its attention to detail and emotional investment. This anime is filled with whimsical subplots that don't always end with a major event, but let you know characters in this world were alive before you started watching them. Hunter x Hunter begins with Gon Freezes as he sets out on a journey to become a hunter. He's your typical savior figure protagonist, unique to shonen, but fortunately, he keeps the annoying repetitive mantras to himself. His determination to see the best in people becomes a marvel of the series, and his dedication to others drives the plot. He makes friends with a young boy from a family of assassins, and their polarized dynamic creates a connection that makes the series inspiring. The compelling relationship between these two boys demands emotional investment from you. Togashi emphasizes their youth and inexperience by pitting them against much older, more experienced villains, and introduces powerful mentors that help them evolve. He is meticulous about tailoring his characters' abilities to their personality, but everyone draws their strength from resolve. The feats of pure determination you'll witness in this anime will change you. Togashi has struggled with a medical condition for some years, but he claims the manga is far from over. Hopefully, the remastered anime gets a 7th season soon. Number 5. Neon Genesis Evangelion. By now, most people have at least a cursory awareness of Neon Genesis Evangelion, whether it be from the overwhelming amount of branded merchandise or the consistent references in popular media. But for a show as ingrained in the animation canon as Evangelion, how we discuss it is in constant flux. Initially touted as a meaningful deconstruction of the mecha popularized by Gundam and Macross, the franchise later became bloated and rife with superfluous content, much like the melodramas as merchandise they lampooned years before. Nevertheless, Evangelion's influence is palpable with a cultural overlay that can be seen anywhere from Persona 3 to Gurren Lagann, becoming a phenomenon that seems to exceed the show's literal text. Much like Star Wars, its original creator, Hideaki Anno, has lost control of the franchise's growth and has since augured the end of anime as we know it, once saying Japan's animation world is moving by inertia. Number 6. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. For many, Brotherhood is the essential anime experience, and it's easy to see why. A more faithful adaptation to Hiromu Arakawa's mega-popular manga series, Brotherhood contends with loss, grief, war, racism, and ethics in mature and unique ways, ahead of its time in nearly every aspect. What's more, the show is packed perfectly, with neatly wrapped arcs that lead into each other and bolster a greater global narrative on selected themes. Brotherhood is just the right length, never overstaying its welcome and proving how versatile and malleable the conventions of shonen anime can be. Brotherhood has a sizable cast of characters, all of different nationalities and ideologies, with motivations that often oppose one another. The show manages to use these moving forces to form factions, alliances, and foils that flow in multiple directions, paralleling the often messy, always chaotic nature of human relationships during wartime. The show's emotional core revolves around the plight of the Elric brothers, Ed and Alphonse, two alchemists sponsored by the authoritarian Amestris military. It's not your classic military drama, though, as Ed and Alphonse quickly learn how far Amestris' authoritarianism stretches. Where Brotherhood excels lies in the sensitivity it expresses for every one of the characters fighting for their desires and contending with their mistakes, with particular highlights on the plights of minorities and women. Ed and Alphonse struggle with the fallout after attempting forbidden alchemy to revive their recently deceased mother. Later, their childhood friend Winry is portrayed heroically for acting as an emergency midwife. Scar, initially introduced as a brutal serial killer, is one of the last remaining indigenous Ishvalans, an ethnic group purged during a colonial war at the hands of Amestris. His odyssey continues to ring more and more resonant as we stray further into a post-terror world. It's why the series continues to wow today. It eschews cliches to make cogent points on human consciousness. Number 7. Fate Zero. The second anime adaptation of Type Moon's Fate franchise of light novels, this 25-episode seinen, directed by Aoki, follows a group of mages as they compete in a battle royale called the Fourth Holy Grail War over a mythical chalice, decidedly not the Cup of Christ, but sharing its name, capable of granting the wish of its possessor. 3 families of mages have traditionally fought for control of the Grail, but each war is waged among 7 mages, called Masters, who summon servants, immensely powerful figures of legend and world history, to fight as their representatives in the conflict, meaning that adrenaline junkie history buffs who have always wondered who would win in a battle between King Arthur, again, it's really not that Holy Grail, and Alexander the Great will find this show plentiful rewarding. Based on what we think is worthy, subscribe to Curious Atmosphere so that you don't miss out on any future updates. If you have more about it, please feel free to share them with us. Share them in the comments below and wait for our interesting topics coming soon. If you think they deserve to be on this list, share your opinion in the comments below.